Hits 96, we are Chattanooga's #1 hit music station, and around this time every Tuesday, we talk dating with Brock. Brock Olsen joining me on the phone. Brock, how are we doing today?
Doing very well, Gino. Thank you for having me on today, sir.
Absolutely. Staying cool out there?
Doing my best. Doing my best. It is getting hot today.
It is. It definitely is. Well, we got something that hopefully we can focus on, get our mind off of the heat. Great email came in talking about online dating. Once again, I'll read it word for word for you just so you get the full picture here, and then I want you to kind of give your take on this. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. This one goes, "Hey, Brock, I've been single now for about a little over 4 years, and I think it's time to get back out there. All my friends keep saying that online dating is the way to go. I'm on Hinge and Bumble, but I don't think my profile is any good. Do you have any advice on making a good dating profile? And are there any other sites/apps that I should try to find a relationship? I've been told Tinder is for hookups, and that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Thanks, Jamie." So there you go.
All right. That was that's a very common message I get is about dating apps. I mean, if you're single and you're trying to meet people, dating apps is definitely a tool that can work in your favor. But if you don't really know how to use them, it can definitely backfire and leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. So I'll give just a couple of helpful tips just right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Whenever you're creating your dating profile, it's very, very, very important that you understand that this is, for the most part, it's a visual platform. So you're going to want to take and have some attractive pictures. You're going to want to focus on 3 in particular. You're going to want to have a good picture of your face, a full body picture, and of you doing something interesting. Those 3 are the most important. After that, you want to have a pretty decent bio. Now, a big mistake I see a lot of people make is that when it gives you the opportunity to describe yourself, I see a lot of people actually start saying what they are looking for. And that's really not what you're supposed to be doing in a bio. You're supposed to be describing yourself, not what somebody else needs to bring. When somebody sees your bio and it's positive and it's bright, like, that's going to attract a lot of people, and then you have the pick from there. But by saying, like, I'm not down for hookups, I don't want, if this is what you're about, swipe left, like, these types of things are really negative. So try and keep your bio as positive as possible and as focused on yourself as possible. Now, Jamie said that I'm not sure if this is a he or she, mm-hmm. So this person said that they've been single for about 4 or 5 years. Re-entering the dating scene is definitely difficult. Having, been single, if you've not really been trying to date with intent, it is a little bit tough. So just go into it with a little bit of expectation that things aren't going to be easy. Now, there was a little bit of phrasing in that caught my attention, which is, I'm looking for a relationship. Yeah. Understand that dating apps and even social media, and I'll get to that in a second, dating apps are a tool for connection. They're not a place that you create or build a relationship. So you want to connect with, great people, and you want to get face-to-face as fast as you possibly can, and that's where you build the relationship. A lot of people make the mistake by messaging way too much before they actually get face-to-face. So try to get off of the platforms once you've made that connection, get face-to-face, and really, really build that relationship from there. And I did mention social media. I am a firm believer that social media is the best dating app, Facebook and Instagram. If you don't have these 2 things in check, worked on really, really well, and you're not highlighting your best attributes and your features and your life, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because so many people will, once they've connected with you or matched with you on any dating app, they will go to your social media and check you out. So you want to make sure that is also in line.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is there, and they have this question here, was there any other apps or sites that you don't have to give an endorsement by any means, but there isn't anything out there, but you're pretty much just saying all social media is pretty much should be up to key.
Yeah, there's kind of a joke about dating apps. It says any app is a dating app if you're willing to try hard enough. But honestly, like I said, Instagram, Facebook, those are probably the most powerful dating app opportunities. I know they don't advertise themselves as dating apps, but they're connection tools, as are dating apps. So if you want to really connect and have an opportunity to build a relationship with somebody, what better way than using your social media, where you're able to get a lot more accurate information on somebody than on a dating app. Because on the dating app, what are we going to do? We're going to put the very best we've got out there. But we want a little bit more real, don't we? We want to really see what somebody's about. We want to see if, they have some siblings, if they've been in town for a while, before you even start connecting with somebody. So I am a big advocate for using your social media to date. And I have a couple of YouTube videos on how to do that very, very well.
Now let me ask you this, Brock, real quick too. So would you suggest, so say you met somebody out and about, not necessarily connect with them via a dating app or anything, but you just ended up meeting somebody at the bar and then you looked them up on social media. Is that proper etiquette to just friend them? Especially with the intent to get to know them to date. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not so much a friendly thing. I mean, you're obviously friending them with some type of intent.
For sure. And when you friend somebody, you kind of want to do that after you've actually built up an in-person relationship. So if you met them in person, don't immediately go to their friend, their Facebook profile and friend them. That's a little bit much. So you want to have that little bit of time for you guys to build something the way you met, which is in person. So build that a little bit and then send that friend request.
Yeah, it's always good to kind of wait, I think, on that front.
Absolutely. I mean, otherwise it comes off a little bit too intense, too quick, and that's the last thing you're trying to do. Yeah, you don't want to scare them away. Definitely not. But you also asked me this other question about, I'm not endorsing any type of app, but there was that statement like, hey, I heard Tinder is for hookups. And it definitely does lean that way because it's just kind of become synonymous. But understand that what you do on the app is what you're going to get from the app. So if you're dating with intent, there's definitely ways of having a high value and a high quality experience on these dating apps. But there's ways that you need to conduct yourself. So the way that you conduct yourself is going to be indicative of what you're going to get from it. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to keep you from having bad experiences because there's really no way of avoiding that. But there are ways of limiting the amount of bad experiences you're going to have.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tinder does get a bad rep in that regard. But at the same time, I think if that person's going to use Tinder in that fashion, they're going to use any of the apps out there in that fashion.
Exactly. And the way that you portray yourself, it says a lot about what you're there for, what you expect. And a lot of people can feel that if the way that your bio is, the way your pictures are, the way that you're conducting yourself through the messaging, if it's what they're looking for, I mean, you're going to have a lot more luck by just being genuine and saying exactly what it is that you're looking for. So be honest, and you're going to have a lot of positive experiences that way on the dating apps. But definitely lean towards the social media. It's a very, very powerful tool.
There you go. Advice from Brock Olsen, Chattanooga-based dating expert. To learn more about Brock and what he does one-on-one coaching and all types of things. As he mentioned, podcast and YouTube. You can go to brockolsen.com and make sure you follow him on social media. Of course, I want to thank Jamie for writing in with a great question. And if you have a question that you would like Brock to tackle, you can send me an email and we'll read it on the air here. That's Gino, Gino, at WDODradio.com. And of course, all of those details on our website, hits96.com, as well as our Facebook page. Brock, thank you so much for the tips, and we'll look forward to next week.
Sounds good, Gino. Thank you.